Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be a what you need to surrender video, and it is going to be for the sign of Aries. This is a tape 2, so we will see what comes out. I had to go through and put everything back and do it again because for some reason the sound was not great. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. So it's kind of interesting, right? Because passion came out the first go around. And so you may find yourself like lacking passion, or lacking like your spark or your drive, or like the what has been unfolding. It's kind of like the sitting in the mundane, right? And for those of you that do not know, I would suggest starting to run your energy and ground to allow yourself to start releasing like whatever it is you've been holding on to, or the stuff that you need to process out, right? That's just the way it works. And in all honesty, it's kind of like one of those things, like identifying the bigger picture in the process, right? Where have you been needing to cleanse, to clean, to reorganize, to shift focus onto another situation, right? It's kind of like identifying, oh, really? Okay. So take a deep breath. Here we go. So I have victim, cleansing, fear, and it's kind of wild that these are all yellow. Like I mix my decks up really good, really good. And it's literally fear, anxiety, and in all honesty, it's the identifying what is holding on and where it's keeping you stuck in your process. Overgiving came up in the first reading, right? Over like being a people pleaser. And you may be struggling with that right now. You may not know where to draw your boundaries, right? And I could be speaking to a lot of empathic people out there who are constantly giving and constantly going above and beyond. And I mean, this could also play because it's really wherever Aries is at in your chart, but they're showing me like in your Venusian energy, because right now with the planets being aligned the way they are, like it's really tapping into like the how you love and your connection to like your star seed, like your original soul spark. And so like you can be reevaluating like the where you've been. They just said giving your loyalty, like giving your compassion. It's almost like understanding like the who you've been, and the how people have kept you small, right? Understanding that you are a divine creation, that you are here for a bigger purpose. And it's kind of like when you understand that you're in a state of like elevation, like spiritually, right? Energetically. And you may not see this in your current reality as you're sitting, or maybe you do, but it's kind of like those blocks of victimhood and of fear and being scared to be a fool, right? Being scared to make an ass of yourself. The hanging on to the misconceptions of what somebody else pushed onto you, stating that that was your reality, or that was the way that you should be processing, or that you should be identifying, or yeah. And it's really the you getting in contact with like your divine feminine energy, and then balancing your masculinity and your femininity, and owning the fact that you are right where you are supposed to be. And it can look glim, right? There's a lot of people moving right now. There's a lot of people transitioning right now. There's a lot of people that are in a state of flux because of the fact of the forced, like, state of fight or flight, right? And as you go through and you start like peeling back these layers, because as everybody knows, whenever you're doing spiritual work, you are peeling layers back. Like, you are doing the deep dive. And they're just saying, like, you have to get into a state of play as you're doing this. Like, yeah, it sucks to have to look at traumas. It sucks to have to dive into the why or how come, like, somebody treated you the way they did. But the fact is like, you are where you are, and it is unfolding as it needs to unfold. And like, give yourself that grace and that compassion that you need, you know, so that you are then relieving the discord, the strife, the anxiety, the frustration, the forcing the round peg into a square hole, you know. Words of advice, or what do you need me to know? Yeah, it's kind of like you're on the other side, like you're almost to the other side of like where you then can create your own reality and pull in your own prosperity and happiness. But you have to understand that, like, it's always the being able to see, like, where have your thoughts been creating a victimhood mentality? Or more importantly, where have you been attracting people like that if you've already identified and seen it in your own reality, right? And as you've come into your own, they just said to put it right here, as you've come into your own conclusion, and who knows, maybe you're visioning this, you're seeing this as you're being of service to other people, right? Like, you could be identifying and seeing old wounds, or matter of fact, your old wounds could be getting triggered by the fact that you are coming in contact with these people that have yet to process their old wounds. And so, like, by you going through and identifying, like, where is it currently living in your body, right? So again, close your eyes, ground your energy, and we are going to identify, like, where the energy is currently living, right? Where have you been having a state of victimhood? It's just going to light up in your body, and you're going to see it emanating. And for those of you that are having it in your heart, in your solar plex, again, right above your belly button, just identify and see it where the ribs split. If you want to put your hand on it and put your hand on your heart and just identify and say, I'm not a victim. I am actively choosing my path from this point forward. And any energies that are attempting to keep me stuck are no longer welcome and must leave my body, right? Physical form, etheric form, Ka body, all naturalizations of energetic frequency, all need to be fully reset. Name it and claim it. Take a deep breath and push it out. And then do it with fear. Like, where is fear clogging up your voice? Where is fear stopping your forward momentum? Where has fear, like, stagnated you and kept you in a state of pause? And honor that, right? And for those of you that have knee blocks, that have throat blocks, that have third eye consciousness blocks because you were scared of what you saw as a kid, like, honor those things. And they're also saying the fear of being a divine feminine, right? It's almost like you were given a toxic feminine energy to show you mentally how you need to overcome what was predispositioned or passed down or conditioning patterns in your family, right? And then where did you feel in that mother wound that you were humiliated on a regular basis, or that you felt like you had hate? And I'm getting a light up in the back, all over the back. And whether or not that's in an organ that's like very close to the back area or what have you, identify it, see it. And where's that anxiety been living in your body? Where has it been living rent-free, right? How does it affect your blood pressure? How is it affecting your lungs and the way your breath is? Where is it affecting like the messages that you're getting, right? Versus the what you're getting. Allowing yourself to fully reset and shift your frequency and your awareness and your vibrational self. And just breathe into the heart center and allow it to push out and expand. Good. And they're just saying pull in some indigo. And that could very well be like whoever I'm speaking to, like maybe that's a color that you want to start actually working with. And remember, like right now, this particular gate that's open, 88 is just a number, right? It's not a... It is a very powerful day where a lot of people are putting focus in the energetic signatures and understanding that the propelled gate that is open, it's already open, and it has more to do with the Pleiades and Sirius and the way that the stars are aligning than it does necessarily with the 8-8 portal. But the lion is connected to God, right? And so for those of you who are wanting a partnership or a soul connection or divine union, or maybe you want your own union to elevate, like put whatever you want into a hopes, wishes, desires, and burn it into the ethers, right? And it's not anything except for the release out of your own field. Like you are no longer going to be triggered by these variations of the fear and the victimhood and the humility and the angst of like being seen and these monkey mind thought forms, because you're commanding it to exit out of your field. You're not giving it away to anything except for God, the creator, source energy. Like, why go through a bunch of different delineations to get to the one thing, right? Like you go straight to the top of the energy and the frequency that you need assistance with. And I've always believed that, and I'm steadfast with that. And like through the vibration of all of these things, like you will remove all of the blockades that have been holding. And the big thing is like, cause you are going to dip. The energies are going to like get back to these old states of being until you actually fully clear your energetic body and your mental body so that you don't have any holes in your auric field energetically, right? There's certain things you can do, like you can look that up, but you want to make sure that like there's no, it's like leaving the door wide open and then saying, oh, I hope the stray cat doesn't come in the house, right? It's going to come in the house. It's open. You have food. So it's like you are feeding an energetic signature. So the sooner that you can get to the cognitive awareness of what thought forms have been replaying in your mind, and you live it every single day, right? But if you don't put focus on it, you're not going to remember that those are the key attributes that have been coming up in your field. And so you want to lean into the how do I get into a state of play? right? Because maybe most of you are like super serious. You're the gods of war for a reason. And you want to lean into the, I understand everything is happening for my highest and best good, right? So how do you support that to be unfolding? And I think that's going to be really like your key attribute as this moon and as the energy is starting to unfold. And I'm really seeing it being in a span of 3 to 6 months. Like you're going to see whatever has been keeping your feet in cement is literally going to dissipate into sand. And so you want to allow yourself, maybe the I Ching is also super important for you, or it could be relevant in regards to understanding like the energetic flow of what's taking place in your home. I don't know. I mean, that just popped in right now. So I'm going to leave that there. If something in this resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want a reading or a clearing, I am available and have open availability. You can shoot me an email or you can sign up and just go through the website. All the details are below. And until next time, be well. Ciao.